Are you still playing Minecraft in 2018 with no mods? Do you want us to give you mods, hacks, and cheats all for free? Well then, head on down to www.miningyourdataaway.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahara, and welcome to another virus investigations video. A little late night as you can tell. I like it usually when I can sit late and sort of look into the bastion of stupidity I have stored on my computer, and then make a video out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Android Minecraft viruses, or Android viruses kind of. We're starting to look into viruses, just not on your computer, ladies and gentlemen, because yes, even your phone can be infected with ransomwares and all kind of dirty programs that you wouldn't want, ladies and gentlemen. And a lot of this can happen in numerous ways. You could download a rogue application. You could click on that link that promises you your sexy local women or men in your local area. You know, a lot of ways you can get viruses, and frankly, a lot of those viruses and ways that you can picture in your head, and sort of you start to realize why you shouldn't do certain things on the internet because they can lead to some terrible fucking times. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, today is the Minecraft stuff that we're focusing on now. Minecraft, believe it or not, in 2018 is still a very popular game. My nieces and nephews, Minecraft all day, every day. In fact, I know a nephew of mine that just bought an PlayStation with Minecraft. I didn't know they had a physical disc, but they did, ladies and gentlemen. So Minecraft is still alive and healthy and popular. Now, of course, with all popular things comes the really cancerous side of stuff. And even worse than that, the malicious side of things. So today we have to look at the viruses that are present on the Google Play Store and just in general, even distributed via YouTube channels or third-party websites, to give children Minecraft mods with a dirty, dirty surprise. So let's get started to talk about, some technical things. Let me nerd out a little bit quickly. So, up until this point, for when we consider mobile operating systems, there's two main ones that we're going to really be focusing on. There's iOS, and then there's Android. There are other mobile operating systems that exist, such as Windows Mobile, or fucking whatever BlackBerry's making, or I don't know, some Tizen shit that Samsung's trying to pull out. Point is, none of those operating systems matter, but iOS and Android. And Android leading the pack, iOS is no slouch either. iOS, I believe, controls 40% of the market share or something of the sort, which when you consider the fact that it's only running on iPhone devices is a massive chunk. And to this day serves as the lead development platform for a lot of mobile applications out there. Applications like Snapchat, most gaming applications start off on iOS first. This is primarily their first target platform. Then you go to the Android side of things. So, I won't say that iOS doesn't get viruses. The fundamental difference here is iOS is more secure for the sole reason that it is curated by Apple, it's closed source, Apple pretty much runs things in a walled garden perspective. You cannot load anything on the iOS, iPhone device, iPad device without the App Store or sideloading it yourself using a developer account, which at that point you assume all responsibility. But iOS is inherently more secure because of its closed design. Not to say that it can't get viruses, trust me it can, and it has happened, but it is ultimately more secure. Android being an open source operating system, giving users a lot of freedom, does tend to give people more freedom than they really should use. Basically, less tech-savvy people might open up a feature such as sideloading applications or USB debugging or some crazy developer-type deal in it, which, of course, in recent times has gotten harder to pull off due to Android introducing more secure, secure-proof methods into the device itself, but ultimately it is a device where you could theoretically put yourself in kind of a hole, and I've seen it happen. So let's get down to talking about what makes Android, again, so inherently insecure. Again, it's the fact that it is open, you can sideload whenever you want, which means you might load up an application that contains a dirty little package inside of it. But because Android is the most popular OS out there, it is technically the one that people write the most malware for, because it's just easier to. It's like writing malware for Linux or Windows. You can write malware for both, but Windows, with all of its security gaps that are already known, is going to be more viable for somebody anyways. Plus, it's used by way more people anyways than somebody on Linux or Mac. But with Android, more people use it, it's inherently more open, and Android suffers from a serious problem that most developers know. It's called fragmentation. Android devices, unfortunately, do not get updated in unison, whereas most iOS devices that are within a certain, I guess, range of release, such as iPhone 7s, iPhone 6s, anything recent, really, up to, like, I guess, devices that are 8 years old, will get constant iOS updates. These include security updates, feature updates, killing your battery updates, but regardless, you're going to get updates. With Android, Google itself curates the Android OS, and while they may release, say, version 9.3, not every single device is going to get version 9.3. I could have an Android device just sitting here that might be recent, might be capable, but it's all up to the developer themselves. Does Samsung really want to allow me to use to update this to the newest package? It's up to them. And even then, it's up to my carrier to allow it too. These devices can be a hassle to update for. Google themselves are putting a lot of effort into fixing it up, changing the system, so at least security patches can be pushed. But up until this point, Android suffers from a massive issue. And this is the issue that most malware writers take advantage of. So if you go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, and you type in things like Minecraft modifications, Minecraft hacks, Minecraft, glitches or whatever, you will come across tons of apps on the Play Store. And unfortunately, the Play Store has had a reputation of allowing malware-like applications after a security audit. This kind of stuff does not bode well for the system. In fact, nowadays, Google is still putting a lot of effort into making it better, but this kind of stuff did exist, and unfortunately existed wholeheartedly to the point that it made headlines. Google Play Store is not a safe situation to be in. A lot of malware can get through. Google has a pretty lax sort of check process in comparison to Apple and even other third-party app releasers, even on the Android platforms, app publishers. So to this point, Google does sort of still allow this kind of stuff. It slips by the radar all the time. And kids, they're always looking for new stuff for their Minecraft. A lot of these malware writers, a lot of these malicious people take advantage of little kids, and they release things like Pixelmon mod or, every cheat available in Minecraft or unlimited skins for free Minecraft all the time. And because Minecraft does allow third-party modifications even on mobile platforms, believe it or not, I didn't know that up until today, this stuff sort of flips by under the radar all the goddamn time. Unfortunately, kids download this stuff, and these applications get by with a lot of interesting permissions. If you don't know, the Android and iOS system uses permissions now to signify what an app can or cannot do. And some of these permissions are a little bit too lax. For example, things such as read or write data could almost mean anything. Is the app a camera app? Does it need to save data to your device? Chances are it probably needs the permissions. But sometimes a lot of these modding or cheat applications will require kids to give them location services, which are then used to provide relevant advertising to their devices. So your device is going to be pummeled with ads. These guys are basically taking advantage of your kids. They're literally releasing adware to these children or anybody that's unsuspecting. Sometimes you can come across situations where the permissions may request for some more grievous things, something system related, something that can actually charge you money, such as making calls or sending text messages. They'll sign you up for premium texting services where you're going to be charged up a ton of money just out of nowhere without you even knowing at some point. Sometimes you may be charged for something absolutely out of the way. So at this point, I'm trying to run an Android emulator right now called BlueStacks. I actually had an x86 version of Android running natively on a computer anyways, but I faced a GPU acceleration bug. I'm pretty sure it was something to do with the inbuilt VESA driver at that point, which is pretty buggy in general. So at that point, I tried running some of the games on it, which wasn't mandatory. I tried running Minecraft and a couple other games, and I was running into some issues myself on that point, but it's not really a moot situation at this point. I installed a simple Android emulator. For those of you who don't know what this is, it's basically something like BlueStacks or Nox or there's millions of these applications out there that are basically emulating a version of Android on your computer. And the benefit of these applications is they come in with built-in GPU acceleration. So again, it's basically like that gaming VM that I made, but just for Android situations. So if you want to play an Android game or I guess a intensive productivity app on Android for any reason, you can run it through these applications. Of course, do never use your actual Android information, like your Google information, on these systems, because there are definite cases of them like sending information to like these weird Chinese IPs. So always use a standard like bullshit throwaway Gmail account. It's easy to make them. Just make a Gmail account. It becomes a Google account. That's all. That's about it. You don't need to make a cell phone number or anything. Now in this situation, I've installed 6 different applications. So cheats for Minecraft PE, create a mod for Minecraft, girls skins, Minebot for Minecraft PE 0.13, and new fly hack mod PE and skins stealer 3D for Minecraft. Now, I installed a bunch of these apps to show you sort of the differences and what you're getting. Of course, none of these applications I can confirm immediately that they are, some form of malware at this point, but I'm giving you an estimated range of what to expect and some of the problematic apps that I've personally experienced with. Now, in this situation, I don't know if I can run Wireshark. Maybe I can run Wireshark through this and get some idea, but at this point it's not necessary. So if you go to Cheats for Minecraft PE, which is by Tarkala Mods, this one is downloaded about 50,000 times, but it's gotten a star rating of 2.5 out of 5. Now, if you go down over here, you can see that the screenshots seem, pretty legit. They're just Minecraft modifications. But if we keep on going down over here, it's got negative reviews. It says it's for Minecraft, but it brings you to something for movies. Fake app. I hate this app, it sucks so bad, I'm giving this a 1 out of 10. I'm never going to download this again. Alright, so obviously somebody's incredibly pissed. But if we go down over here, we can actually see like permission details, and this one's pretty harmless. It basically says have full network access and view network connections, and that might sound kind of vague and weird. It is vague, but it is pretty par for the course for any application that's of course trying to access the internet. That's the problem with like iOS and Android permissions, is that they are incredibly fucking vague. But again, if you go down to another Tarkala mod thing, the permissions are pretty relatively tame. It wasn't until I hit something like Girl Skins by the developer Byman, which obviously does contain ads. Google has a pretty accurate way of telling you this kind of stuff. They will tell you, all the boys say you're hot, wanna have, what the fuck? Okay, well, I suppose we'd have actually, okay, that was unexpected. It totally crapped on my day there. But if you go to permission details over here, the weird thing about Girl Skins that I found was it's permission usage, which first of all says contact, which is find accounts on the device. And that's obviously, I believe, Google accounts. Of course, it's weird why it needs to look into your contacts anyways. But the other interesting situation was location, which accesses your approximate location, and precise location, which is using your GPS stuff. So if you don't know, location services work in 2 ways. Approximate is based on where you are geographically based on IP, and precise is where you are adding your GPS coordinates to it, so exactly where the fuck you are to your house within like a 5-meter margin of error. Now, if you go to your storage, the storage makes sense. Obviously, you're storing files on your device, it needs a permission. But if you go to the other one, which is half full network access, which is, again, really sketchy. I mean, it's like a botnet level of sketchy. This is where you can get your mining Bitcoin type deal off your Android device. Prevent tablet from sleeping, also weird. If you're mining something, it definitely won't let you prevent the tablet from sleeping. Run at startup, very weird as well. Why does an app that's just relegated to downloading skins for a game need to run at startup? Obviously to do some malicious activity in the background. Receive data from internet, control, of course that makes sense, downloading stuff. Control vibration, view network connections, and view Wi-Fi connections. Of course, it's weird stuff. It's definitely sketchy from every point of view. Even if the app does what it details, it doesn't need that kind of permission at all in order to function. But then you go to things like new fly hack mod PE, and even though it has an interesting review scale, over here it says prevent tablet from sleeping, have full network access. So again, you are reaching weird territories where kids are going to download this kind of stuff like Skin Stealer 3D for any instance. And again, full network access, Google Play billing service, obviously for microtransactions, prevent tablet from sleeping, receive data from internet. So yeah, you're reaching situations where, why? Like, if you go to something like Who's Your Daddy, for instance, right, for Minecraft PE, which I believe is just, like, if you look into it, it's just a standard mod or map. But walk into this in this situation, let's view permission details. Draw over other apps, have full network access, run at startup, prevent tablet from sleeping. I mean, why run at startup? Why have full network access? You get what I mean? Or access your approximate location for any reason. You're just installing a map, right? Weird stuff, but obviously sketchy in all ways, shapes, and forms. Now, one of the things we're going to do is actually try running some of these apps. So I guess we'll open up Girl Skins in this instance. And of course, application is loading up, and 35 pica points, what is that? So allow girl skin to access photos, media, and files on your device, obviously for storing situations. We'll give it the allow, because honestly, I'm just going to send this VM to the recycle bin anyways. If you go over here, you can see that they have some options. Yeah, they're advertising for you, so it's blatant adware in any way, shape, or form. And of course, that's why they sell it to these kids anyways, right? They download this shit, they're done with it. The amount of ads on this is Jesus Christ. You know, go download, skin is saved, go to game Minecraft. So yeah, Pigeon English, you get where we're at. So yeah, fly hack, downloading. Please wait 5, look at that JPEG. My God, I am incredibly impressed. If you would start over here, web page not found, A2P3 MEPE mod.php. So you can't even load, you can't even load your mod because the web pages don't even exist. So yeah, you go to like Skin Stealer 3D, for instance, and there's a model representation, so Herobrine, all that kind of stuff. You can download somebody's skin and get away with it, I guess, and you know, save to Minecraft PE install. So yeah, Minecraft PE isn't even installed. But yeah, you get what I'm going at, right? Sketchy style stuff, and there's hundreds of thousands of these applications available because Minecraft's so fucking popular, and still is. What is this? Create a mod for Minecraft. All right. Oh my lord. This is like a first-time computer programmer's Hello World assignment. Go to download. What is this? Tarkala. It's leading me to congratulations. We thank you. Oh my god. I gotta block that. Your IP address has been selected to receive an iPhone X. Oh, has it now? What the fuck is this? Yeah, I bet I really want an iPhone X, dude. I better really fucking. I bet I really want an iPhone X, dude. Imagine a kid falling for this and giving up like his fucking social insurance number in some strange fucking way. Enough of this nonsense. Let's send this to the Shadow Realm, dude. The VM, you are going to die today. Let me point that out.
It seems even after investigating, the biggest problem is that because I'm using a mobile device or anything, anytime I browse the internet too, or any sort of different gaming website or any sort of sketchier website, I come across ads that basically detect the user agent on my device and know that I'm using an Android mobile cell phone and try to advertise to me free mobile mods. And of course, as an adult, you don't fall for it, but somebody that's younger and doesn't know any better, or somebody that really doesn't know any better about mobile devices will click accept and install these applications without even thinking twice, and eventually they'll get away with it, and potentially things such as, you know, key information that you might hold near and dear to you, cell phone contact information, photos, files that you keep near and dear to you, could be transmitted without you knowing at the slightest hat. It's scary, scary shit, especially when you realize most of our most personal stuff is held right on our cellular devices anyways. Trust me, the stuff that I have on my phone, if I lost my wallet today, cards I don't give a shit about. I could easily cancel those and get rid of those, but if I lost my phone or my phone got stolen, it would be quite a hassle. Sure, I could wipe it and buy a new phone and get away with it, but it would kind of stop my heart to know that my most personal device that does contain a lot of personal information got stolen or some files got tampered with. It's some truly scary shit. But it's the kind of shit that I do like to tell you guys about and sort of warn you with. So again, I'll end this night off with a fair warning to you all, a nice look into the Minecraft cancerous application stores that, again, the internet seems to get away with. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. Just trust me on that. Let me know what you think about this virus investigation in the comment section below. I know that sometimes when I investigate, I do sort of out of the ordinary stuff, but that's what makes these videos fun to me, okay? I get to install Androids on PCs and all that kooky stuff. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Just like if you dislike it, I am out.